All right, let's start. I'm going to go with the same, always the same. Burnt sienna, ultramarine blue. We're going to center the drawing. You've got to do that. Just go up and look. And just draw a little line. That's all you have to do right here. And we'll go back. And the head is way over here. It's way over here. And just lay it in just softly, just softly. It's about a what if. Now I made it a little bigger maybe, and I think I can pull it off, but you never know. So now this, we're just laying it in. I'm going to lay it in. And use your paintbrush to get the angle you want. I would like to know how far down this is. I'm going to know right away. I'm going to go to the model. I'm going to take a read immediately. And that's not bad. That's not bad. And let's just continue with that. Let's do this. Interesting, the chair is here already. Oh, that's a beautiful line. Let's keep that in mind when we're doing our final. It's a beautiful line. Okay. All right. Now, when we do this, I did this on purpose. I wanted a clothed model because I want you to learn how to paint the clothed model. But we do draw the interior. We draw the body without the clothes. You want to know what the body is doing. I'm going to take just a quick read right here. It's 3/4. 3/4 over here. Oh, now that's what I was afraid. That is what I was afraid. We're not going to be able to get the foot as we have it here. So I'm just going to turn this down. And we'll lose a foot here. But we'll keep it here. All right. The thing is, I could make it smaller and we could bring everything in to keep the foot, but I don't want to do that. I want to be close enough so we can do some painting. So let's just keep that in mind. Get it close enough, because if the head gets any smaller, it's hard to paint. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, I think we can go now. So let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. My whole scale is going to come from this eye right here. And now I'm looking for character. All the time looking for character. I'm going to close the eye just a little, make it a little less open. It has a nice feel to it. That just gave me an idea. I want my scale here. It's really important. So I did this on purpose to get a beautiful halftone, large read on our shadow. It's a nice hard form in here. I'm going to keep that. Keep that. I'm going to come one eye over. I'm going to make sure that we are absolutely on line. I'll redraw the eye. I'm going to put the iris so it's looking in the general direction. Can't be out to lunch here, guys. Can't be out to lunch. That's a beautiful form right in there. There's so many beautiful things going on. So let's we're going to keep that nice and simple, but you want to make sure your drawing is well done. I'm going to put the top on the nose. I'm going to put a nice horizontal here. Okay. So the nose is coming out, obviously. Oh, there's a nice form right on top there. I like that. I'm going to go for that. So we know the nose comes down. It comes straight down, and we place it between the eye, obviously. Now she's just coming towards us a little. Her chin's coming towards us, so I'm going to bring the nose out a little to the right. And you know that all of these can be corrected. Let's place the lips. I want to keep a nice open here. And theoretically, it's in the middle of the eye, but as we're coming out, I'm going to place it a little farther out here. So every line you do here gives you the personality. I'm going to put the cast shadow right here. I like that form. I'm going to keep that. Of course, we know the mouth comes over here. I'm just going to put a little dot right over here. So we have scale. Okay. We don't know if this is good until we paint it all. Edge of the form. All right, now let's find our line here, our defining line, descriptive line. I want to pull this over. I want to feel the eye over this far. Descriptive line. That's a little too big, probably. Let's just see. I'm going to put my shadow mask in, and I'll let you know. Yes, that's going to be too big. Okay, almost there. Let's set in the ear. I'm going to set it there over here. I'm going to line it up over here. Okay, how do we find the ear? We do this. Find the neck. I'm going to find the distance here. Kind of like that round form. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to, you know, what happens? We luck into things, but we are in charge. If something looks like something you want to keep, we'll keep it. If not, you change it. But I think I'm going to look for that round. She actually has a nice square form too. I have to see what I want. Maybe I'll make it more square. I don't know. We'll see. Let's do this. I'm going to make this just a little bigger because I want to accentuate that color. I want a kind of a quiet line and a busy line here. We're using our different forms. I want to put a vertical in here if I can. And I will play with this later down here. What I'd like to do is to use the pillow form. This is really kind of cool. So let's get that in. You guys remember, if you're going to do any material, now's the time. Today is the time you're going to make your executive decisions on what you want to say. Cast shadow. Cast shadow. Half tone. This is all in shadow. This comes down. This describes the form. And I'll bring it down here. All right, that's that. Okay. Let me see. What do I want to say here? I'm going to pull this in. I just want to quiet my half tone here. I just want to quiet it to feel the form. See we're doing okay. This we can throw a nice. You know what we can do? This is really fun. We can throw a shadow. And I'll show you how to do that. We'll paint the shadow in methodically. No, I don't like that. We won't do that. Sorry. It'll be too much. It'll be too much. Okay. All right, did we have fun? Are we having fun? Yes. I think I'll go for a square form here. Yep. And now let's get down here. I'm giving a lot of info here, a little more than I will down here, because the more things that are going on, the smaller it feels. The more activity we give this area, the smaller it reads. And I want to do that because I'm going to pull this over just a tad. That's what I want right there. Okay, cool. All right, let's continue. Oh, that's a nice line. I didn't see that. I'm going to use that line. And we're going to have a nice hard read right here. And this is going to describe the neck. And we're going to come over here. Now let's start to draw. Let's start to do our drawing. Okay. So I'm going to put in some of the darker forms. See, now I don't like this repetitive form there, so I'm going to be able to break that a little bit. See, this comes from here, I think. And this is a cast shadow. This is a cast shadow. Pull that a little bit. The head is shrunk. It looks like I was kind of on top of it, but visually it's shrunk because of all that. So now I'm going to adjust for this head, which essentially is the same head, but visually, excuse me?
Are you going to make it bigger?
I'm going to adjust all this for this head now.
Make the body smaller.
Yeah. So the importance of spending a lot of time up here. Yeah. Okay, doke. So I'll be making sure that all my reads are from this point to this point. You see? Now watch. I'm going to take a read right now where I was before, and that this arm has to come up now. But you guys saw that, right? Essentially I was in the same area, and I've been doing this a long time, but it still gets smaller. It's like the hand. You'll see the hand is all the time. So just know about that, so you can. Okay, while she's away, I'll do my ears. You know, I love my ears, so I don't need her when I do my ears because I have an ear that I like. You know, I don't need other people's ears. And then when she comes back, I will see if she has something particularly interesting. Then I will adjust it. You try to get the ear in there just as a simple form. I am going to put the jewelry. And then I will control this when we're ready. I'm not sure. I think it had a tip, but I don't know if it's that much. But anyway, that's that. And I want this. I want to have something here a little bigger than what I see. I want a color mass right here. I'll pull that up a little bit. Then I'll control this. There's a shadow here. There's got to be a shadow here. Okay. So. All right, again, I want to pull this up. Pull it around. Pull this over. I like when I do the hair, I like to bring the hair, make an ensemble of either form. I find this attractive. Okay, now let's see. So I'm going to take a read here. My arm should be about here. And I think we're going to be up higher too. Okay. So we're good. Cast shadow. Sorry, I just keep going. Okay, this is what I do when I paint at night. On Monday, I paint more when the model's not there than when she is there. Because you try to keep an idea of how these things. We had a cast shadow here, a cast shadow here. I like that. Of course, I did it, so it's wonderful. Yes, Spa. Yes. This I love your. I like your little nose. It kind of moves in space there. Thank you. Appreciate that. You see what we do? We have a model, but we take what we see, we like, and go for it. Okay. All right, when you're ready, sweetie.
Same pose? For the next 4 weeks, so the next 4 weeks. We hope you like it. Read that. It's really good. It's a great one.
So now this should go really quite quick. This is the hard part. Definitely. Hard. It's wonderful. That we have the chance to do this is amazing when you think about it. Anyway. Okay, let's do our thing. I'm going to take the reed from the wrist. It's about 1. Actually, we're almost there. This is really important, so I'm going to just take my time. Okay, it's about this far, actually. We're not bad. We're not bad. We did pretty good. I'm gonna see, we can get this area here to work. That's where all our problems come from, right here, because we always invariably make it too long, too long, too long, too long. I'd make so much money if I bet you. Well, I bet the class that they wouldn't. I would make a fortune. Because every time. And then I'm so aware of it, I really want to make sure that I don't screw up. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to lay in that. I'm going to try to get a form that I like immediately. And I'm going to let myself just relish the linear form. I like to get out of my way when I do that. I like to just let it flow, because I can screw it up, but I don't care. I mean, I do care, but how can I explain this? I'd rather have something that was spontaneous. I'm going to have to do the second finger here, which I don't like to do, and I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to ask you to do the same. Now I'm going to go through all this trouble, headache, suffering, and I may not get it, but I would rather do it. I'm going to do it very light in here. And I want to come over and I'm going to do this, and I want to do my little pinky. And this is these two areas, the index and the little finger, are the ones that have the most character generally. So I'm going to draw this through and try to find something I find attractive. See? Voila. And then when I'm done, I will tear it apart and do it again until it works. I'm going to put this together, these two together. See if I like that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to find the wrist. I'm going to find, voila. Now, I don't know if that's going to work. And I'm going to leave that. I don't like that line. I will correct this line. And this will become a piece of paint more than a linear, but it's placed in space. Okay, I'm going to come up here. Now we have a foreshortening, which is fantastic, and we love that. I'm going to find the elbow, put it down here. I'm going to put I'm going to keep this a little, okay, and I'm going to keep it up there. I want it a little higher. And this is how we're going to get the idea of a foreshortening. We're going to draw through. We're going to find the shadow. And we'll incorporate that shadow in the drawing. Okay, voila. I'm going to pull this up and over. Okie doke. Let's find this form here. Collarbone. This is all part of the breast. I'll put the breast in. This is the breast form here. We know we have our shadow. We know we have our shadow here. I kind of like this line, so I'm going to go for it right here. Bring this over. Voila. I like that. And I want to tuck this guy in, right in here. Okay. Like the hair like that. And here we go. Now let's get a nice descriptive line. So this comes down. I'm going to bring in the form of the breast. Voila. And we'll pull this straight in. And we'll come up and over. Now, I spent a lot of time on these lines. You notice that, right? You should too. It's important. All these things have a reason. They have a reason to make your painting interesting. That you're right and it works and you're right on is beside the point. To be aware is important. And sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. That's just the way it is. Okay, I'm going to make one or two reads now. Let's go right here. I'm going to find out if I place the breast properly. Yes, I did. Maybe bring it down a little bit. I want to get this read in here. I can see visually that I'm going to have to come up here. Okay. Let's come over here. Now, I made the hand big, and we've talked about that so many times. Okay. Okie doke. There's a dark here and a dark here. And let's start our form. Now this will be one color back here. It'll be a descriptive color, a block of color. And I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to put the black in there. I think I'm going to put the arm. I think I'm going to put the arm in. Okay. Let's do this. One 3/4. 1 3/4. Stephen, you've done it again. What a guy. What a guy. Okay. Now this one to make sure that I have this is if you take today, we'll have I'm almost through here. Don't worry, you guys. I'm going to get out of here. If you take the time today to really draw well, your painting is going to go so fast, because we lose time correcting. But if you do an excellent drawing, you can, and that is the secret. That's the secret of being spontaneous, is to plot it properly. So we're not back and moving and things, because you can place it, leave it, and go on to bigger and better things. So that's what I'm taking my time. That's my point. Let's see. Let's find this form and continue it and give it to the viewer. It's important that we come down to this area. That's a black. It's really important because I want to get my hand to come out. So that's black and black. This is good. I'm going to pull this in. I've got to find this, and I have to be right on now with this length. 1, 2.5. 1, 2. Where am I going to take that from? 1, 2. Yeah, not third. 1, 2. Okay. Let's find a pretty line. Okay, let's enjoy this now. Just come down. Get a nice movement. Okay, now what I care about is this. I'm going to put a line in here. You remember we've talked many times about less is more when we choose our folds. So I'm going to give this area a reason in this fold, and then I'm going to pull it away. So we'll know that the leg is constructed here, okay? This is going to be a half tone. It's going to be your darker area here. All right, now let's start to place, what do I want to say here? I want to bring that under, and then maybe, I could be wrong here, but I'd like to do this. Voila. It looks straight, and it is straight, and it's a boring straight. That's all. So you use your knowledge now. And we're going to go up and around the form. That's really important. All right, here we go. So we have our chair. Now the chair has a personality, huh? I'm going to find what we are. Oh, it has a yes, 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 yes. So this is where you're going to take the time to draw all this. But when you're doing your final, incidentally, put the ribbing on. That makes chair. It's really important you do this. It makes a chair. It makes the viewer see a chair. I know it's stupid, but it's what it is. Little things like that. Okay. All right. So I have purposely made this straighter. So I'm going to draw my leg form. And I'm going to come down. It's the same when I did the hand. That looks a little goofy. I don't care. But now I'm going to do my foot. And, you know, this is how I've taught you how to draw your feet. So I'm going to construct exactly how I teach you. Voila. To be corrected if necessary. And this whole thing. And incidentally, this is one color mass over here. And I don't know if this is working aesthetically until I get up and away from the drawing. So just know that. But my whole point here is to do it. Just do it and hope that you luck out. Okay, let's go. And let's find this. That's where we went for. I'm going to come down here. Oh, that's fun. It's just draping. That's cool. That's super cool. I'm going to use that line to describe form. I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to, now we can't see it because it's embedded into the cushion. So I'm just going to I'm going to make this a little bigger than that one. I'm going to come over, put the palm of the foot. And I'm going to start to count toes. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to negotiate the toe form. Make sure, if you're going to do that, make sure you draw a beautiful little toe. Well, that's it. Okay.
It's interesting how you got that foot in just in the nick of time.
Yeah, I don't, I thought it would be better, just more gracious if I made that a little bigger than what I saw. That was I'm okay with that. I don't know if it's good or not. I just thought I'd try it and see what happens. All right, now we have to be one with our model, one with, what do we want to say here? What would be beautiful? I think we're doing pretty well here, here, here. First of all, I want to put the chair in, and I don't want to have to mess with it again. I'll place it wherever it goes. We're almost done, sweetheart. These guys are getting on my nerves, so I'll make it short. You see, they don't leave me alone in this class. It's not easy, my life. Not easy. Okay. Let's give it a little bit of personality. Well, and we have to come over here and own this. I see. So I'm not going to do anything there. But I will put this on a form. All right. I'm going to double up. This is what you do for cushions. You kind of double up over here because that's where it's sewn. You see how I kind of doubled up here? And I'm going to pull this in. And let's finish over here. I'll move that up a little bit. We'll turn the corner. We'll come down. And we'll put a ribbing in. Yeah, could be. Now, what do I want to say here? What do I like here? So this is coming down. If I made my break here, I'd like to come down. And you know what I like to do? I like to put this on the ground. Voila. I don't know, maybe that's heavy. I made it heavy because I know I wanted it up here, but I think I'm going to move it over. Yeah, I think I'll move it over. And I'll do this. Voila. And I'll bring this over like this. And I'll bring that down. Oh, let's do this. Let's just do this. And this. And next week, I will show you how to do. I asked her to bring this dress because I want you to learn how to put in a motif in your material and how we do it and how much you don't do. The minimum amount to make it work, because we have a tendency to put every little thing in there. All right, what's up now? Let's see. Let's break, sweetheart. That was great. Thank you. Thank you. That's it.
Question. You didn't put in the shadow pattern in the body. Was that for time's sake?
Well, there isn't a lot. There isn't a lot. This is here. It's real strong here. Up here, this is all in shadow.
But you didn't paint that in. Do you want us to paint that in?
Oh, if you have time, you can lay it in. Sure. This is how to drawing. You know. Next week we'll be putting a lot of stuff in. Yeah.
Steve, what size brush do you use for your drawing?
You know, this is I love this connoisseur. It's the hog bristle. The reason I like it, it's a number one. It's a number one. The reason I like it because it has like I have my charcoal kind of a feel to it.
Yeah.
And I find if it's too small and too fine, it's okay. It's me, just personal. But it just has that nice kind of, rough feel to it. And I like it when it comes through the paint. That's why I use it. And it gets better and better because this is what grinds it down, And it gets, after a while, there's nothing. So.
It's a number 2 hog bristle.
It's a number one, actually number one. Yeah, it is connoisseur is the best I found.
Okay.
I mean, they're more expensive, but it's expensive enough, believe me.
Yeah,
But these things,
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business, honest to God, because.
Well, you use paper towels a lot. That's
Oh, I do. Yes. This is my best paintbrush.
Yeah.
It's funny because you're standing up, it looks different. You're sitting here, it looks different. You go, Yeah, in the break, I was able to get away. It's so important, so important. I'm going to pull. I like this form better, so I'm going to pull the elbow over. Actually, it reads better. This is foreshortened, so. That I will do, and we will do. It's really not that difficult. How do I want to say this though? I want it to come through here, so I'll put an angle on my bone form, and I'll pull this up, and we will do this, and this will come over here, and I will get this with paint, and this will come over here. And what I like to do, I like to fill this area with something. This is a little too monotonous, so let's just do voila, basta. That's that. I may throw some color of that in this area too. Okay, this is too big. I can almost keep that hand, and I will take care of this with color. Now, you notice the size. Again, once I start to paint into this form, and it's going to be a half tone, it's not going to take light. My light will be over here. You'll see this whole thing will probably get about the size. Um, I'm liking the forms here. This may be too long. I have to check that. I don't like this, and what I will do is I'll have to think about that. I just may pull this over a little more. I may try to find. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll find my way. I'll tell you the easiest way to do that is when you're laying in the color. When we're tomorrow, next week, when we're together, I'll be laying in color. You see, all of this will be essentially the same value. This one, and this one. This whole thing, this is your read right here as a whole. Just know it. So because the linear pattern is giving us another feel, we'll make a decision next week when we come back. We'll make a decision, is this going to be appropriate color-wise? And that's that. And the same with these forms. You see, these forms, once you place a color mask, oh, I want to do something while I'm there. I want to make sure I've got my cast shadow. And not around. I'm going to use that as a form. Voila. So this is, you see, this too will be a form. That's all. And actually, all the flesh forms are the same too. So that's the big show, guys. That's the big show. Let's put a cushion on here. I'm going to just put a cushion on like this. And less is more here. And that's it. Are there any questions? What did you ask me? Sweetie, did you ask me after the break? What did you ask me?
I just asked you why you didn't block in the shadows
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
pot.
we'll do that next week. I'm going to take this out because it looks goofy, but I'm going to keep that form in there, but less aggressive. You see that? You see that works much more beautiful. You see how more charming that is, that little form in there. And if you get too aggressive with your shadow, you lose the charm. It becomes heavy. So that's that. That's a jewel of wisdom right there. As everyone walks away. Okay, we're good. I think we're good, Larry. We're good. Let's go. Are you guys? I want to see you suffer now. I'd like to hear a little suffering, if possible. One thing I see that I'm going to do. I am going to throw a shadow here, and I don't do that usually because this has a beautiful light mass here. So that's my note. A shadow. Okay, basta. Okay, it's interesting. We had a week off here. I don't touch my work. I don't look at it. I'm just like you. I come back to work. I looked at it, but the first impression is really important. And I made some mental notes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this eye form over here. I'm just going to hit it right here. Now it's the ultramarine blue with a little bit of sienna. And I have more blue than sienna. So I have a nice dark passage. I want scale here above all. Okay, it's my scale. I want to hit the upper eyelid. I'm going to hit that later. And we're going to come over here, and I'm just going to put a dark mass over here. This is a dark mass, and I'm hoping that's going to be enough for my read there. And we're going to continue. Okay, I'm going to go now with a little more burnt sienna. And I want to negotiate my nose. I want a different nose. I'm going to make it over a little bigger. I want to get that nice dark passage right here. And I'm going to generate an opening there. The nose I'm going to bring out. I want to get a little more activity in the nose form. Now, these are all aesthetic choices. It's not the model so much, although it's perfect model because she has enough personality we can take away and we can leave things. It's going to be our call. And I'm going to find something that I'm comfortable with. I would rather you guys learn to go for attitude than to go for portraiture. Portraiture, you'll always get it. If you stay with this stuff, you'll learn that. I want that lip. I want that lip a little more voluptuous. I want a stronger line here. And now last week I made an executive decision to bring the hair down and keeping that in a nice shadow. I like that. I want to get a light in here though. Okay, that's that. I'm going to open up the chin form, make it a little square. I made that choice last week. I talked to you about it, going into a square form. I don't know if you remember, or maybe I was talking to myself. I do that quite often. See that? I found that just a little more attractive. And I'm going to bring this guy up just a tad. And that's it. Make sure that's the hardest hard, the darkest dark. And I'm kind of like that. I'm going to bring that chin out a little bit. I want that chin to be... Oh, another thing, while we're here, I want to make sure that we have our darkest dark right in here, because I'm going to sell this white, and I'm going to sell this white. These two elements are important to me, and this, and that's going to be my lightest trilogy here. 3, 1, 2, 3. I always work in threes. Art is like that. You see that over and over again. You work in threes in form and color and everything. So keep that in mind. You just try it. You accept it, refuse it. All these things I'm talking about constantly, I questioned. I just kept questioning them. Then I would try other, and I say, well, this is too easy. And I found that there's a lot of truth in this. Okay, I'm going to go. This is my form. Last week we talked about it. I'm going to pull this over. I want to fold this. I put this form in. I've just been looking at it. I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to go like that. Voila. So this is going to work with this. It's going to work with this, and it's going to work with this. And that was easy. That didn't hurt. Last week when I broke, I wanted this leg to be smaller than this leg because that pushes it way back. And the viewer has no idea that we've done that. So I'm just going to get a line in here. Hit it hard here because that's going under the foot. That's the heel, obviously, and this is the pad of the foot. I'm going to put a little bit of mineral spirits in my mix because it becomes more fluid. And let's put the pad of the foot on. All right. And okay, that's that. Okay, I think I'm pretty good. I don't like this finger, but I'm going to paint it properly. Oh, what I wanted to do was I'm going to give a second read here, which I normally don't do. Now, it has nothing to do with what we see here. When you do your material, just watch out. You're going to explain form. I found the simplest thing was to start here and to get one movement here. I decided that I'm going to bring this line down in here, and I'm going to bring a form over here, and I want this to go directly into the ground. I know it seems like nothing, but something we have to address. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm trying to find the simplest things that we can handle here, and Another thing, I wanna pull a horizontal from this form for the design. Okay, that's enough for that design. Now let's go to paint. Let's enjoy this. Let's just go lickety split. All right, I'll go. I usually try to go with a flesh the beginning, just to start to prep the page, and we always do the same. Burnt sienna, alizarin crimson. I won't know if this is working until I get on the canvas because this color is going to come through. I went with a green on purpose. Now, I don't want to disturb the drawing I did, so I'm just going to do this. Everything is there. We're cool. Everything is there. Everything is there. Now, I'll obviously be changing as we progress. I think I'm not going to put that black halter on there, or black, whatever it is, around the wrist. I'm not going to put that on because I don't want to complicate the viewer. And, oh, this is cool. Now, I put this together because if I were to mix the color, first of all, we're going to have the time to mix. You're going to have to mix it. You're going to put it on. It's going to have white in it. If you want to change it, you have to mix a whole new batch. And this way, in one session, we'll have the whole painting designed. Okay. You notice the size of the foot. So we're just bringing out, everything's coming forward and it's pushing back. And why not do that? I mean, what the heck? I mean, all of this is a charades anyway. You know what I mean? It's all a gimmick to make it better, more interesting. All right, there we go. Now let's go to our black. No, I don't want you guys, to come to class with black because your always go-to color is black. I've seen that over and over and over and over. So we mix our own black.
Well, crimson, sienna, and sap.
Burnt, a little bit of everything. It's the blue is going to get you into your color, your darker color. You see how that killed everything right away? Boom. Now these two colors up there, you're starting to get into some serious darks here. Alizarin crimson, ultramarine. This will gray it. The burnt sienna will gray your color. It's kind of a color I like. I like you guys to say it's simple with your color because you're going to learn as you go and you're going to have preferences. Uh, uh, my green also gives it a green tonality. Okay, what I want to do is to lay that on. Oops, I'm running out of stuff. See what we got. Okay, there's a color mask. That's a neutral for me. That's my neutral. I'm going to throw in a little bit of red. Just a little. See, we own the whole thing now. And we're going to go here. And I'm going to punch in a darker color here. Let's get going here with our paper. That's a little too red. There we go. That's a compromise. When you apply it like the material. I might let that, I like it when it breathes. I like it when stuff breathes. All right, let's go. Let's move through space. And let's go into, let's pick up the chair color. Why don't we do that? Just for the heck of it. Let's have fun. This should be fun. This should be what if, and it should be open and fun.
So Steve,
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
For right leg, forward leg, do you intend to show any of the shape or cap?
Yeah,
or
I just might possibly. Yep. Yep, good question. That's what I was thinking of doing. Now I want to get the form and everything ready, then I'll go back and play. And the color, I have to see what the color is. I could go just with the black and go with the gray and everything, but that, we can always come in with a darker color. I want to start slowly. All right, I'm going to place the darkest dark right away.
Steve, did you add that chair color to the clothing because you can see that color, or just because they're next to each other and you wanted to have them melt from one?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good question. Melt is the word.
What's the
Yeah, melt is the word. When we're down here in our darker tones, we try to just have color just kind of work off of each other, but nothing too aggressive because our light's up here. So you get a color mass. It's workable, doable, and you work towards that. So I have no idea where I'm going here. It's a what if. It's a what if. I picked up some of the leg form color. See the color going through? What I'd like to do is to punch this back and around and over. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this. And we're trying to get the interest made from value and color change. So this is going back, so I'll kick that back. Et voila. Okay, that's my darkest dark. I'm going to come back over here. Get some of this color in here. I get really nervous when you guys are here because I don't want to take your time, and I've got to really go quick, and I sometimes I get mad at myself because if I go too fast, I don't get a good painting, and I have to watch out for that. Now I'm going to make sure the break is done. There's a break here. It's a softer break, but I want you guys, when it goes around the form, I come up around the form, make the break, give the viewer that break, and that's the way to do it. Now I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to find my light into my dark. I'll bring that form through here. I'm going to put the top on the form, even though we don't really see it that much. And I'm going to pull that a little less aggressive. There we go. Okay, so. Now let's go with this guy. There seems to be a secondary movement here. I should go with that or not. Let's do it. I have to see. Okay. Ideally, if I can keep this as simple as the way I'm painting it now, I would be very, very, very happy, because that's what you want. It's not always the case, but okay. Now remember, the design here, the reason we did this pose and I chose this material is because we're going to work with a motif, the flower motif that you see there. So this is all going to be secondary. And we'll be putting the flower. I don't like that. I want to get one reed here. Right. That's more attractive. Oh, Stephen, you're so good. Amazing, amazing. Okay, almost there. Did I draw well? I don't know. All right, so. Yes. Now I'm gonna keep it like that because we are going to have a motif here, a motif here, a motif here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. There's a way to paint these guys. So let's just keep going because we got a lot to cover. I'll do the motif next week. Today I want you to lay in when you leave, I want everything on the page. Anytime you have a color, of course, this is not a really aggressive color, but you want to break it. Nope. Okay, doke. Got to get everything in there. Everything. Get color going. Color going. And yeah. We'll feel the transparency here. Now, don't worry about is it right or wrong. Doesn't matter. Get the color in there. The answer will come after you have it, after it's generated. And you can go. I'm going to set this arm back with this color. I'm going to set that leg back too with that color. Yes, I like that. I like that. Okie doke. That's where going. All right, now I want to put my shadows in right away. And how we do shadows is we go like this. And we look right through here. And you can see that when I look through there, it looks greener than I would have thought. It's actually this color. I'm going to go a little warmer. And let's get going. So that's the sienna and the green. And a little bit of blue. Now, this may not be attractive, so I will let you know, okay? Don't go away.
Steve, before you go on, this little thing that you just did with your hand, are you seeing the color, or is your hand when you put it up?
Oh yeah, you're seeing it right through here because the shadow. You see the shadow? There's a shadow.
Your hand is creating the shadow.
Yeah, right there is your color. You look right through there. Anytime you have anything you want to look for something here, and you know what it is. I mean, you know it's going to be a certain color. But it's fun to do that because sometimes you're surprised. Yeah, you know what I think I'll do in this case. Now, we'll see. So I'm just going to go and see what happens. This what if is so important, and if you guys just allow yourself to make mistakes and to do stuff, it's see, that's a no color. That's a no color. That's fine. That's fine. Well, it will be a I'll work these two colors together. And I know what I'm going to do. Okay, let's see. There we go. So I'm going to bring up the flesh in this guy. Actually, I can probably go down and get him. And I'm going to just do this. I'm excited, actually, at this point. So up here, we'll do this because we'll own it. we'll own the color. All right. All right. And we'll just come down here, and this will look like a nice warm tan. Voila. Cool, 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 cool. Let's get this guy in here. Hey, incidentally, I guess I could do this without you guys losing time, but all of this is going to be working with a beautiful red motif. I want the viewer to be one with this guy right here. So when you do a shadow, this is your form, and you reproduce that form for the viewer. We don't care what's up there. You got that? That's what you do, because then the viewer says, oh, I understand right away. So maybe I want a different line, I don't know. Okay, there we go. Da 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 da. What do we do now, folks? We go inside and we pick up the color here. And what I like to do is get that maybe a fleshy color in there. I will do that. Just a minute. Let me just play with this. And I'll mix the flesh and come back in there. I'm kind of liking that color stuff. Like, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. All right, I'm going to continue this color. I'm going to let her foot float. And I am going to, just going to give me a nice, I have to throw this brush away when I'm done, I love it though. I'm telling you, when they get worn out and they get all messed up, I love them. I love them. Okay. You see, I don't know what color I want here. That's why I'm kind of messing around. I want to anchor this guy, because this color was a very strong color for the comp. Okay, I'm running out of paint. Let's enjoy it. Okay, excuse me?
Model needs a break.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, dear. I don't know how they put up with me, because if you weren't here, I would.
No, you can't.
Okay, so you see how this color has changed just in context? That's what's great about this. Okay, let's go. I'm kind of happy. Don't tell anyone I'm happy, okay? I don't want anyone to know that I'm happy. Let's pull this up. No, I would like to kind of have that glow. I want this to glow too. so let's go with that kind of a feel. I'm just going to go to my sienna. And I'll take the sienna down with a little bit of cerulean. The park at the back there. Let's get the sienna on first, because that's going to have a nice orangey glow. Pure sienna is beautiful, but the support already has color. Blue chair, blue hair. Hey, I'm a poet.
Are you gonna do that?
They're actually not that far from each other.
Yeah, I was wondering. Are you gonna do it blue?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the idea. That's not my color here. I'm going to try a peach, just because I'm in the mood, and that has a peach feel to it also. Now, can I mention this for the 300th time? We don't care what, if the whole thing is the painting is done now. You have color, good, bad, and different makes absolutely no difference. But now you know where to go, what to do, what's good, what's not good. You know, it's in the sac. C'est dans le sac, on dit en français. Okay, David, so let's do this and we can break. I'm going to do my cast shadow up here. We're going to get our darkest darks right away. Remember, we talked about this when we set this up. See, now there's a color I can either keep or not keep. And I'm going to put my dark in here. So this painting now is keyed. It's ready to go. It's ready to go. So if you want to go to peach, I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to go just a little bit of this guy. Alizarin crimson. There we go. You can take more time, sweetie. You can take more time. I'm done. Can you believe that? I'm done.
Even if I don't sit in like exactly the right spot.
You know what? I'm not sure. I have to see for this color because I have to paint this first. That's all. All right. I want that a little denser, and then I'm done. I get on my nerves just as much as I get on your nerves. Believe me, I have to wake up with me, and all day I hear my crap. Just think it's hard. It's not easy. I want to kick that guy back, so I am going to just for the design. Okay, I'm going to put this guy back here. And there we go. That's what I want. And I'm going to just leave my less is more. I'm just going to let a little light here. And voila, 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 voila. Okay, that should just about do it. That may be too aggressive, but let's not worry about it. One thing I'd really like is that attitude and the material. I'm going to see if I can bring that up. That tooth. I really like that tooth. It's kind of cool. Got it here. I'll put it here. Okay, voila. Okay, that's it. That's it, the big show.
So Steve,
Yeah,
you said you're going to introduce the red,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
okay,
Say it again, please.
I will. You said you were going to introduce the red notes into her garment.
Ah,
So the question is,
Ah.
are you going to do it, and does it make a difference as to whether you do it while the paint is wet, or would you rather do it when the paint is
yeah, I just forgot. Good point. Yeah. Well, I'll show you how you do it. It's so easy. You just mix your base and just lay it in. I'm not happy with the color, but yeah, here. That's what we're talking about. Just build your color here, just out of this stuff, okay? And then go in. The thing is, the problem is with the wet brush, you don't want to do that. You want to do that with your tissue, because it takes this will take away your mineral spirits. You see, look, we can do this. Actually, if I wasn't demonstrating, I would be doing this everywhere, adjusting my color mass. There's a see that, isn't that fun? Can be a little. And we'll come back in with descriptive.
So I was talking about the material and you're putting it in the flesh.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No. It's done. It's done. That's
When do the
done.
flowers come in?
Oh, the flowers, it's extra. I'm sorry. I am sorry. If you pay extra,
Those are the red notes
I will consider the eventual possibility of painting the flowers, but it's like $20 each by flower. That's why I'm rich, guys. Oh, I forgot the most important, the blue hair. Now, I really like just what's happening. You know, I like stuff that doesn't. You see now, if your painting is coming in and out and it's going around and it's soft, it's so easy to own with a line, but it's not easy to have this going in and out. So keep it soft if you can. And that's my way of looking at it. So you'll have the two. If I want edge, I got edge. I got edge. I got edge. I have no. You want that? You really want that? I don't like that color. I don't like that form. No, I do not. Anyway, so where am I now? I was. Oh, blue hair. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to go with a real strong passage, and then I'm going to take it off. And we just take it off and go right back to the canvas. There you go. Now you mixed your color. Okay, I want to break it. I'll break it right now. Because I want to sense color here. So now we've done this. I'm going to put their hair down here. I'm just going to lay it in, and I think that's just going to just possibly do it. Okay. One thing I'd love to do is this. Put a complementary color in there. Let's see what happens. Yes. That's what I want. In watercolor, we learn to always use at least 3 colors on a passage, and this it works here too, believe me. I talk about it all the time, so you may not see that, and it doesn't matter if you see it or not. It's it just makes color vibrate. All right. Okay. Yeah, Tommy, here, now this painting for all practical purposes is done because it's not this that it counts, it's what we do with it, how we place it, how we apply the paint, how we turn the form and all that. So there's no need to overpaint that. And anyway, anytime we have material, it's always less. Always. Unless you're a photorealist, and good luck and enjoy and whatever, you know. I didn't like that color either. I'm done, you guys. I'm boring you with this stuff. Oh, you know what? You know what? Look at this. Now watch this. This is cool. I think this is my color right here. Yes, I think that's my color. And I'm going to pull this. Yes, that's what I want. Yeah, there we go. And we will have obviously color coming in and out. Okay, cool. Take this down a tad. I don't like that 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pull that and go over. Yeah, there we go. That's better. How can I explain that? I can't explain it. Okay, let's stop. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm tired. I work too hard. You don't hear me complain. Okay, next week we're going to do our portrait. We're going to start applying our motif, and we're good. So everything is ready to go. I want you to today leave class just with a piece like this. And I'm going to say it again, good or bad, it doesn't matter. We have to have it on the page. Don't like this color. This could work. And this would definitely be pink. Anyway, it's done. We're good.
Steve,
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
If you were doing this for yourself instead of as a demo,
Uh-huh.
would you continue working further, or would you let it dry out? Because you
That's a good question. I would start messing around with my flesh tones, but I'll do that immediately when we get back together. And it's easier actually when it's dry. Yeah, there's a lot of things I probably would have done. I would have, yes. If it were for me, I'd probably finish it in the morning. No, I don't know. Does that sound like I'm bragging?
No.
No, I shouldn't finish it, but sometimes I have a tendency to finish it too quick. Actually, the best thing is what we do is to get away. Yeah, tell me.
So actually, just trigger your thought. If you were going to finish it now, if you just went heads down right now and said, "Screw it, I like what I'm doing. I'm just going to do it."
Uh-huh.
Would you do so with the attitude that I like what I'm doing, I want to push it and explore it, and if I really like it, I'll do it again anyway?
No, what you call? Yeah, I have. Okay, I hear what I heard is if this were mine, what would I do? And I would condition all my flesh tones, and I would start the portraiture.
Okay.
And that would be 2 hours, hour and a half. I would do that, and I would find my lightest light, my richest color, my darkest darks right here,
Yep.
and then I would start to paint the rest. That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't. And another thing, the important thing is to get away, because I've been messing around. I don't know if it's good or bad. I just been messing around. And when you're here, you've got to get away. And the answers, will come, Maybe that's not my color. Maybe that's not my color. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah.
I did that all by my lonesome.
Now this is a different shade of blue, isn't it?
Yes, that's one of my students who put it there. I don't want to. No, the thing is, I don't want you guys to get it 300 to 300.
And I wondered,
Yeah.
'cause I know.
No,
that
but
people
I mean, everyone has it. You can put any color you want
Right.
and paint away and enjoy. But if I want to keep it simple, so you learn to mix,
Right.
because almost all of these colors, you can buy a tube with a lot of money. Very expensive. You want to spend a lot of money, but you can do it here too.
Right.
And I'll tell you another thing. It's interesting. When you mix color from basic colors, you'll come up with stuff that you couldn't even find in the universe. You can't get it at the store because this context of this color and this context, it registers totally different than anything you can get in a tube. So if you learn to get the warm and the cool, and you learn to do it, and you can mix it. And you got to learn to do that. You got to learn to do that. Yeah, you got to learn. But it sure is fun, isn't it? All right, now I'm going to correct everything as we usually do. Burnt sienna, ultramarine blue. What I found is this area here is precarious. It's not working. It just doesn't hold the pillow well. And you try to take care of things that are uncomfortable. You do that. That's what you do. Just so you get into the painting. I'm just going to bring it up here. It's no big deal. No big deal. Voila. And I don't need anything over here, and that's it. That's no big. That was not difficult, right? All right. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my. We're going to do a portrait right away, and we're going to also correct the hand, and we're going to start putting the motif on the dress. So I'm going to do my darkest dark. Always, the whole painting starts from your dark to your light. So I'm going to do the darkest dark, which is the eye form. Sudie, can you turn a little bit to your left? All right, let's go. We're almost there. We're almost there. This is going to key our whole painting right here. Just a touch. Just a touch. I try to make the demo big enough so this is right on the limit of what we can paint, because it becomes so small. Oh, I didn't do that. That irritates me. Something's wrong with my brush. It's the brush's fault. It's the brush's fault. All right, let's go. I'm going to get a nice dark mass in here. That gives character to your painting. And I am going to keep that in that tone. I'm going to come over here, and I want to keep that down. Hold on. Okie doke. Almost there. These are all the important highlights, darks. You need that to make your painting work. Keying the painting, just keying it. I'll put a nice dark in here. All right, now let's go. Let's continue. It's important that I find a brush I really like, the right touch. And let's get going with the flesh tones. Now we're going to key the whole painting with this now. It's important that we do this appropriately. I'm going to add my white now to the same mix, burnt sienna, alizarin crimson. I'm going to get enough paint on the palette so I can mess with it. Right away I'm going to go to my green and neutralize it. The green on these two colors, that's what makes it become flesh. And because we added white, we're going to go to our cad red. Now I'm going to go to my deepest tone. So I'm going to start again with my base colors. Yes. There we go. And we're going to get pretty close. Actually, that's not as close. But that's it. We're going to. This is a color we can go to our canvas
So that's
and see.
alizarin crimson, burnt sienna, white, sap green.
Yeah, well. Okay, let's go. See now, we're golden if I've said this I don't know how many times. If I go to my painting and you really don't see that I'm starting to paint, so we own this little gizmo. I'm going to look for form. I'm going to correct my form. Last week I said I wanted to bring this nose over a little bit. Okay. This works as a neutral. I'm going to neutralize some of the paint, some of the... Okay, that's that. Now what I want to do is the next go is to put my brightest colors in. They are considered the darker color. So if it's too pink or too sweet, go with your green. You have all the colors you need to make beautiful flesh. You don't have to go out and buy flesh color and all that stuff. This may be a little dark. Okay. Now we enhance a color around the nose because when we put our highlight, the nose comes out and it comes out of the face. That's what we want to do. Okay, and also we're going to put a nice color here. Now I love her flesh. I love what I see up there. But what I don't want to do, I don't want to keep it, I want to get that nice blue white. I want to bring it here and then gradually come up into the face. If I do the same thing, the same color everywhere, that is boring. That's all. So I'm going to keep that in mind. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to do I changed my mind. I am going to do this shadow. No, I'm going to put a darker form in here. Yes, yes, yes. I like what I see. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. So you see, we're having fun, right? You got to have fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves. I'm going to make sure I have my reddest reds in. Yeah, I can do a little bit of the lip. Okay, this is our key. We're keying. Now we have a color mass. Everything is I want to find my form. Okay. All right, this is my warmest color right there. And now let's start. One more thing. I want one little, just a darker passage right here. I'll take my neutral. I just want to get a little darker passage, right? Oops, a little more. Okay, that's that. This is this. Okie doke. And now let's go to the next step. Everything is ready now. Okay, this is our mix. Now I'm going to go lighter. And I'm going to start adding the blue. I'm going to come over here with a cerulean. No, I'm going to go with an ultramarine. Your time spent on mixing is really important. You have to take your time. As you progress as a more professional, you'll learn to go faster. But almost. That's too much. So I'm a Joe professional, but I'm still messing around. So. All right, let's see if I can pass this. I love this color. You know, if the value is good, almost. If the value's on, we're good. See, that was too blue too quick. So I just went into my flesh, my pool of flesh color, and I've taken it down. That's my color right there, and it's a gray. It kind of reads as a gray. So I'm just building. Just building. This is fun. This is where you get your cuts. I'm going to put it, this is a plane. It's turning from the nose. I'm going to pull this over. I'm going to get a nice cut in here. That's going to give it form. And let's continue here. All right. That could be a little blue, but I'm going to keep it. Kind of like that. I'm gonna play with that right now. Let's start to build here and over here. Oh, I have to correct that. All right, basta. There we go. We're going to own this color. Going to own this color. Now, what I'm going to do now is to do my lightest light on the nose. I'm going to ask you now at this time to do that. It alters the perception of your darks and lights. This will tell you the plane, the top plane of the nose. I'm going to pull that in like this. All right, that's one. I'm going to do another one right down here. I'll pull that in a little bit. Voila, and this one's going to come in. All right, now let's continue. Now I'm going to start my. I want to do the forehead. Let's do the forehead. See if I can't run this color up in here. Anytime you're going to do a shadow like this, you paint it with a negative mode. You paint around the form. You encroach into the form, like I'm doing. The shadows are built this way. When you're out in nature and you're painting, that's how you do it generally. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. It's just kind of cool. It's a little different. All right, now I'm finding that there's a little too much blue up there, so let's go. Let's just pull this over. I'm going to go one octave lighter, and we're going to go into probably one of our lightest lights right here. Now I want to pick up the little more pink up there because I want to go blue down below. So let's go. A little more pink. Let's run it in here. I've got to describe this form a little better. When we put this light on, that gives you so much definition and explains so much about what you're doing. Got to be very, very careful. And I may come in later and I want to see if I like this. Now that's my neutral right there. So let's play with that. That's my color. That is my color. There we go. All right. Just slowly building things up. All right, now let's pull this over. A little less aggressive. Put the top on the form here. I want to keep that nice and need an edge right here, and I need an edge right there. Let's go up a little higher. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now, all right, so we have let's just continue here. Oh, I forgot something. Actually, we're real close up here. This brush is not doing its job. I'm very, very disappointed. Disappointed. This isn't it either. So. Sorry about taking this time. It takes time, though. I can't do much about that. I'll correct this. Correct this. Correct this. It's too heavy. That's okay. I'll take care of that, I think, a little later, maybe. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, now we have color up there, good or bad or indifferent. Now, we don't know what's going to happen until we start to paint here. So let's just do it quickly. I'm going to just do the same thing. I'm going to start with my middle tone, start building my form with a middle tone. I've got to get my, I'm going to paint the shadows in, obviously, right now. I'm going to put them in, if I can, without any white. You want a break? Okay, while she's doing that, I'm going to correct my drawing here quickly. Well, I just let you know. Yeah, she's not here, so I'll just get this thing is going to be, it's what it is. So when she's not here, just use your time to correct what you want to say. All right, I'm going to mix the turquoise. And let's do that while we're together.
Blue and sienna.
Cerulean blue, a little bit of red sienna, gray it down. I'm going to come in here and diminish the form. That's the size I want right there. There we go. That could be it. And up here. Okay, another little thing I've got to do. I don't like this wrist form. And I'm going to turn this. There we go. I'm going to pull this guy over. I'm going to put a nice half tone in here. See how that's changing? Okay. Now I know just about what I want to say, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start the next color I want now. Okay, so let's go to our blues. What do you say? What do you say? I'm going to find my color now. That's the color I could go for. And I'm going to put it in. As a piece.
So what's the difference between flesh tones with sap green and flesh tones with ultramarine blue?
Well, it goes bluer, and I put more in it.
Blue with the other.
Whenever you do a flesh color, and you're going to mix burnt sienna and alizarin crimson and white, you're going to start to mix it. These colors have a tendency to be, you're going to go with your CAD. Now the CAD's going to make it sweet. It's going to make that mix is too sweet. It's too pretty. It's too much chroma. You put just a touch of the green in there, the olive green, and that makes a flesh color. It makes a flesh. The flesh is not pink.
Would you still use the green if you use the CAD red?
That's what I say. When you put the CAD red, you have it. You have to get.
The green? Without the red, would you use the green still?
No, it depends. It depends, David. No, I'm using this blue because I want to get a porcelain effect. So this is my neutral. The thing is, I have to do it now to see where I'm going up here. I have to get my flesh tone starting. Okay. I'm going to pull that over. Voila. And I'm going to start it in the neck. Yes, and we'll see if we can own it now. Could be. I'm going to do it just a little lighter in here. See, we're in charge now. This is our baby. We're not. We're going to do what we want to do here. I like to keep some of that underpainting, and I shall. There's an edge in there. I'll get that later when she takes the pose.
Do
Sure.
you depend on the transparency of the paint to let some of the underpainting
Yes.
come through?
Yeah.
And then I guess my other question is, do you try to leave some of the underpainting showing so that
Yeah.
glow you create?
Yeah, you see right here, I left it there
Yeah.
because the light's hitting, and this is maybe the light's not hitting. I don't know, but that's attractive. Here you want it to breathe. Here I'm going to get a hard line. I'm going to get a hard line and a hard line. Soft, hard, all the way through. Always keep that. Those are the tools we have. That's that's how we make beautiful paintings. But a good question. Good question. Now, when she's taking the pose again, I'll take care of this. All right. And I'll have to get away eventually. I want to pull this over. All right, there we go. One little thing. Now, I can't stress enough that you get your lights, your lightest lights, your richest colors on there right away, because you can come back in and adjust. You can't adjust something you haven't painted, n'est-ce pas? Kind of like that. That gives me a nice shelf of the dark. And I'm going to bring some of this color over here eventually. Okie doke. Okay. Oh, you see what I see? I love it. Now watch. We're going to take this color That's what the importance of having a model. And I'm going to just take a little bit of CAD. It looks like it's a alizarin crimson, but you don't want to go to alizarin crimson. It's too sweet. It's too sweet. I'm going to place it here. Voila. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, that's our neutral. All right. I'm going to pull it over here. I'm going to turn the corner here with that pink. Bring it down. And let's go right through. All right, let's pull that in. All right, now let's go with our blue. Let's go with our blue. Now we're going to go to our main color right here. I'm going to pick it up over here. It's a little wimpy. It's a little too fluid. All right, white, that's already going to make it in our blue or bluer color. I'm going to pick up a little bit of, oh, that's too much. Zutalo. Okay, well, we have our color here, so let's just go start over. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I'm going to live with that. I'm going to do a couple cuts here with my flesh color because I'm in the mood. I want to feel my brush work. And I'm going to put an accent in here. Now all of this I can do. All right, now today's demo is almost done. I have to put the right temperature and the right brush stroke right here for my painting. There we go. Okie doke. Now we're going to find this color will probably come in here. We can actually do a little bit of that if you want. Maybe we can do a little bit of that. I'm going to go to my color that I mixed earlier, my flesh color. I'm going to go to my turquoisey color. And I'm going to throw in it's too light. So let's go over here. Let's go up here. This is the secret of doing your lighting coming in the dark. You cannot go too light, too quick. you go. This is going to change the whole painting. I got to move this layer upside down. Sorry. Oh. See, I don't have enough darks in here. I'll do that while we're on break because we have to move on. But there's a color that we're going to deal with. The color we're going to deal with here too. Now I will define form with a line in this area when we're ready. Okay, now we've established a lot of info here now. We can move on. We can move on. All right. I am going to quickly show you how to do the material when you're working with material. First of all, we're going to go to our darkest dark. It's going to be in our reds, obviously. I'm going to go to the darkest dark I can get. Actually, this is a mix of ultramarine blue, sienna, alizarin crimson, and red. You're going to go to your painting. This is going to be too aggressive. That's about the color we see up here, but I'm afraid it's going to be too aggressive. So I'm going to always just make sure that it's going to be a nice support element. All right, let's just go and see. Anytime we work on a, oh, I got to work that. Anytime we work on a motif, you see up on her where her leg is up here, how the form is coming over. Always bring the form for the viewer over the form. For example, there's nothing on this leg here. That doesn't matter. I'm going to do this. I'm going to just take my time. And it doesn't matter. You can let your brush work stay. Have a nice form. And let's just turn the form here also. We can do it slowly, just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to do a couple demos, and I probably will be painting, and we won't have it on the video because it's going to be too much. Now here we have another example, so we just do the same thing. You want to go with your darker color because you can take it off and start over again. Now there are little pieces that are coming in. There's a nice little movement in space here. I wouldn't separate this like I see. I would just put a big flower, just put a big complete flower on this thing, and we're going to go through the whole painting that way. Now here you're going to do, like you see, you're going to see the image go through space. In other words, anytime you can express form, you go for it. It'll tell the viewer that something's turning, something's coming over here, obviously. Same thing. And you know what? Unless someone's buying that dress, no one knows. It's a big secret what we do. Here, we know, we can tell the viewer that this is the dress, but it's going underneath, so I'll put the form in here. I can bring the form over here, and as we see it, I can bring it here. Okay? Well, there we go. We can bring the form from here. All right, now I've started the motif. And this is our color, and we're going to just go lighter. Much too light. Now, what you have to do, it's unless you have like 3 months here, and you really want to just see what's up there, and it's really important to you. What you have to do, you have to create your own, what you want to say, your sensibility here. I'm gonna do this. This is fun. I mean, you just sit back and enjoy this process. It's a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun. Let's get another color mask going maybe here. Maybe that, I'd like to use this and then a little more, yeah, a little more CAD. Maybe I'll put one in here. Now you're going to probably want to keep this dense down in here. I'm gonna make a design that I'll try to keep through. Now you can add your greens. You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. You can put little, I don't know, bears on there or anything. I'm going to put my green mass in. Again, you're going to use this as a design, overall design. All right, there's one right there. All right, now I'm going to work on another one here, a larger one. I'm going to bring it up over here. I'm going to bring it there. Now, what you do is when this is all done, you're all done. You're going to get your brightest colors up here. When you're done, we're going to start, next week we'll glaze. You guys want to finish it, and we'll start to glaze it down, and the color will come through, and we'll be able to adjust the color as we go. Yeah, I think that's enough today. Are there any questions? No questions, that's amazing. I'm going to break this form. I don't like it, it's boring. That's one thing you've got to learn to do if you don't like it. So today I will be watching after you, but I want to get my design, and I want you to do the same. This whole thing is done because of that design. That's why we chose this form. Okay, that's good. Let's break now. Let's break. Well, let's go. First thing we're going to correct. All right, I'm going to. I want to cut right here. A little sharper. And I'm going to get a different angle here. I'm in the mood. A little more aggressive in the jaw. And a little more dark right in here. And I want to get a little less, I'm going to get a little more cheekbone right here. Just little things. That's fun. That just makes it yours. I'm going to diminish this a little bit, this form. All right. Just want to have one linear pattern over here. I don't want much, just a little bit. Keep that. Okay, that's that. And I did a thing I shouldn't have done, but I did, so. Let me work this. I'm going to go right back to my flesh tones. I'm going to mix it right away, even though I don't need a lot of it. Always the same. Burnt sienna, alizarin crimson. A bit of green. Olive green. Now I have a mix of blue in this, what I want to do. Oh, now this hand is an appropriate size for the painting and for everything that's going on here. You want a little bigger so it comes out, but the problem here is that this angle here is not enough thickness here. It looks weird, so let's just correct that. Let's go a little darker. And color, these little things, very small. There we go. That's my color right there. So that's it. Okay, I'm going to commit the. All right, now let's. Now another thing I'd like to do. I'd like to bring the dark pattern here. I'm going to bring it back in here. Yes, I'll just do this. Doesn't have to be a lot, that's enough right there. And let's get the darkest dark right up here. Closest to the object. All right. Okie doke. Okay, last week when I broke, I started to put all my pattern on the dress. Now I simplified, and I'm going to ask you to also. And for the viewer, you want to simplify to the max, because what happens when you get into these elaborate things, you have a complete painting down here, and it becomes boring. And you have a complete painting here and here. It depends. Now, if you're going to do photorealism, go for it. Enjoy it. But this is a la prima. This is a fresh painting. You do it quickly. You go for the nitty-gritty. Now, I started down here with this color mass, and you'll notice it's about the same value. That's how you start. And here we're turning the form. Now, this is away from the center of interest down here. What you want to do, you want to give the viewer the sensibility that it's the same pattern going through without taking this is your center of interest. If we painted this as aggressively here, it would be, that all we see would be the dress. And that's what happened. Now, what I did do that you didn't see, I started to build my positive form in my dark. So when I built this color, I knew that I would be coming back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do that, and I'll show you how to do this. Now this is my first passage here, and this is about the aggressivity that I'm looking for, and now I'm going to work on that. Then we'll go and we'll do some work on the portrait. Okay, let's go. So I'm going to I have my color mass here. Ultramarine blue, burnt sienna. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to diminish a little bit this passage. Just so I get the top of the form up there. There we go. And this will get a little lighter in color. So I'll put a little more blue in my reed, my color here. And this is just what if, just keep it simple. Simple, simple, simple. And I think I'm going to pull it all the way through because now you notice I did it over here. I kind of like, I'm going to keep this form here. Now this is about what I want to say. And yeah, I'm going to just allow myself. No, I didn't do all the painting here because I was going to wait for you guys before I did more. But less is more with material. Less is more. Let's put a nice shadow in here. And we'll keep that edge there. I think I'll keep that going. And I'm going to bring a nice dark pattern here. Okay, that could do it. Let's see. Let's just keep going here. I'll be painting down here, then I'll paint the portraiture, then I'll come back because you always want to refresh your eye. I want to hit some of my darks. And up in here. So you don't, it's not so much it's what you don't say that's important. It's what you don't have to indicate. All right, I'm going to let that be. I'm going to work on the hair. I'm going to get just the right brush for this. And there we go. Okay. It's a cerulean blue with a touch of green in it. Very little to do up there. Very little. You need is the right color. Yes. Now I want this to register as a real blue because otherwise it's just bad painting. And right on top of the form. Not everywhere. Okay, let's tuck a little corner right over here, get just a little bit of light. All right, that's good. We made a statement. Now I'm right in the middle of the form. I bring up my lightest light. It's your highlight. In art school, the professor would say, when you guys are done, we'll get the janitor in here and he'll put in the highlights for you. Because if your painting's well done and orchestrated, everything is calibrated, it's not difficult. And I'm the janitor here, you know. So it makes sense, right? Makes sense. And put it on while it's wet, if you can. And that's it. We'll keep it up there. I'm going to go with the same color. I'm going to make it just a little thicker right here. Okay, now we made that statement. That's all why this whole painting was about that. Right? Now I wanted that lower lip to protrude because I wanted to have an aggressive stance on this, so I'm going to keep that. One thing I want to do, this color has to go down, and let's do it. I'm going to break it with my brown. More. Now you see the idea here is to put everything away from us, out of focus. That's why I wanted this to be the same value about. Okay. A little bit of blue, just a little darker. Very little stuff to deal with here. You don't have to worry about selling the chair. The chair is not that important, but it's important that the scale is there. This is all you have to do right here. Less is more. Less is more. All right. So now I'm going to work the dress a little more. So I'm coming back. I kind of like the key, what's happening here. That does not bother me. I'm not pushed out of shape. What I would like to do is to possibly build something up here and over here. And I'll just go, I'll add one or two little pieces of green. So this is your olive green, which has very little substance to it. It's a transparent green. So you put the green, your yellow in there. Go back to the olive, you go to your CAD, and you'll get back to your olive. But with substance. The yellow gives it some base. No.
So that's sap green, yellow, and cad red.
Yep.
What are you going to do with it?
Let's see what we come up with here. Let's see. Go a little lighter right in here.
Oh,
Now you don't have to be fastidious. I mean, what can I say here? just keep an idea that the lightest light is coming where the light is here, and as it goes away, it becomes less and less important, less and less aggressive. Keep this light on top. That's about depth for that. I think maybe one up here. I like that. All right. Almost done here, folks. Almost done. Now I go to my reds. You're going to break your red, huh? You're going to break it with your Blizzard Crimson. And almost there. I'm going to put a shadow on the form down here, and I think I'm almost done. Any questions while we're here? Anything you would like to mention? Something, anything?
I have a question about the arm that the,
Over here?
yeah, it,
Does that bother you?
a little, and I don't know, her skin is so
Yeah,
fair.
you
that-
you know, if something like that is because of the, it's not an arm form. I just didn't pay attention. So what you do is this, you put a bicep, just put a bicep there,
Okay.
and go like that. And no one's really gonna go there. The idea in this class, the idea is anything that isn't up here, just slowly dissolves.
Yeah.
I just put a token line here, but otherwise, if this is painted, it'll come right over here. Now it's sitting back there. This is undefined. That's what we teach here. To do finished painting, I mean, you have, I don't know, maybe 9 weeks of it. If you're going to finish, these are quick paintings. You guys are beginners, huh? You just, I'm already asking you the maximum. So. And if you can learn to do that, because you're going to have to learn to, everything you do still life, landscape, you're going to go simplify it no matter what. That's going to be a second nature.
Steve, she wants to take a break.
I'm sorry?
Your model wants to take a break.
Oh, break, sure, sorry, sweetie.
Okay.
Of course. I'm going to just anchor the painting. This is just to anchor it in the context of the whole painting. Yep. Oh, I'll probably crop around here. Okay, doke. We're done, I think, pretty much. Did everyone understand what we did here? You got that? Now, I try not to overdo it, and I will come back and look at it this as the day goes on, and maybe there's some things I want to say or do. I love this white stuff. Look at that. You can really clean it, and you can see your painting so much better with all the activity going around. So I'm suggesting you invest in a nice white, simple, what's it called, duct tape. Isn't that cool? So now I'm going to let this sit upside down, and I'll be helping you guys, and then I'm going to come back and I'll let you know what's up. I think we can find another color mass right here.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions? All right, let's go. I'm going to contain this form here with a line. That's what's lacking in some respects. Let's see if that's the case. I'm just going to put a little line in here. And don't forget, when you're mixing these colors to get your whites in there, maybe I'll go with the yellow instead of white. Yeah. Get your light color, your bonding color. Get it going right away.
What do you mean by your bonding color?
The thing is, when you have the Lisbon Crimson and the Sienna, that has more tooth in it. It has fiber. But otherwise, it's just kind of slippery. Anyway, that's okay for a glaze. That's how we glaze. But once you're going to put on thick paint, you need a binder, a thicker paint. You either do with white, you need white anyway, or you find the yellow or whatever, just so you get a little more activity, the thicker paint. And sometimes the color people forget to put, a touch of white will generate a whole new color, but you have to go to it right away. Now instead of white, I went to yellow. And I may kill it with a white, I don't know. Let's see, that could be a start for what I want. A little color, another color in here. Yes. That was too primary. It was too rich. Okay, that could be. Let's just see what we got now. Go to my Sienna. You want to get a nice clean color too. When you mix a color, make sure you get it cleaned out. So when you go to you're painting, you're not painting two different colors at one time. Not there yet. This may not work this yellow. I'll have to see what may work. I don't know. Thing is, just do it. Just keep looking. Just keep looking. Keep looking. Keep looking. That's the one here. May have to find a flesh tone that's a little more appropriate. That's not exactly what I want. We're getting close. I wanted to get some aggressivity here. And I'm gonna have to go richer with my flesh tones. Not this one. Nothing like that. Okey-doke. So let's just mix the, I'm gonna get just the right brush to do the job. Color I'm gonna find, but I want it, because of the context, I want to have a nice, nice thick paint. This is not my color, but I want to go close. Could be. Could be. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, I'm liking that passage. This is my taste, I guess. Quiet a little bit here. See, we own this stuff. Doesn't mean that's gonna be perfect, but it's we're still in charge.
Do you want me to stay up there?
I'd like to crop here. Let's okay, one little thing, because I know you're just dying. Figure out what's gonna happen next. Let's see if I can't place this color.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There's the blue. That's it. Let's see. Let's pull it in, and we're done. Okay, that's it.